The 2025-26 summer transfer window is nearing its end, and it won't take much longer. This will be the year of the most anticipated deals, set to unfold by the final day of September 1st. At the Etihad, the goalkeeper position, once thought secure, has suddenly become a big question mark as Ederson is repeatedly linked with the departure, while Ortega is only moderately reliable. Meanwhile, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Italy's #1 goalkeeper, has been excluded from Paris Saint-Germain's plans and immediately emerged as an option for Manchester City. Pep, who rarely changes goalkeepers, might have to break his rule to maintain European dominance. The question is whether this is just a late market rumor or a blockbuster deal City is ready to pursue to lay the foundation for the future. Donnarumma, long regarded as an icon in PSG's goal, was the hero who led the French capital club to a historic treble last season, including their first ever Champions League title. Yet, just weeks after that glory, the relationship between him and the club completely collapsed. Coach Luis Enrique publicly sidelined him, even omitting him from the UEFA Super Cup squad. This event led the 26-year-old goalkeeper to openly express feelings of betrayal. He admitted he didn't want to leave, but felt some didn't want to keep him. In this context, Manchester City swiftly made their move. Pep Guardiola has long held special admiration for Donnarumma. As early as 2017, when the Italian goalkeeper was just 18, Pep declared him one of the most complete goalkeepers in the world. Now, with Ederson preparing to leave the Etihad for Galatasaray, Pep has the chance to turn that admiration into reality. Manchester City is said to have reached a personal agreement with Donnarumma, offering a salary exceeding €12 million per year, matching what he earned at PSG. The contract, spanning 5 years, is enough to make him England's top goalkeeper for an extended period. The only remaining issue is the transfer fee. PSG wants around €50 million, but City is confident of sealing the deal between €35 to €40 million, as Donnarumma's contract has less than a year left. The point of discussion lies in Pep Guardiola's willingness to accept a goalkeeper not renowned for ball-playing ability. From Victor Valdez at Barcelona, Manuel Neuer at Bayern Munich, to Ederson at Manchester City, Pep's goalkeepers have always boasted exceptional distribution skills. Donnarumma is different. His strengths lie in reflexes, big match shot stopping, and leadership in the dressing room. Clearly, after grueling seasons and pressure in the Premier League and Champions League, Pep has chosen certainty over artistry. If this deal is completed, Donnarumma will arrive at the Etihad as a European champion, a significant upgrade as Manchester City aims to maintain their Premier League dominance and continue ruling the continental stage. It also closes an emotional chapter for Ederson, once considered the world's best ball-playing goalkeeper. This replacement carries symbolic weight, marking a transformative phase for a club always eager to evolve. Konaté to Real Madrid. Guehi to Liverpool. Liverpool now face a dilemma: keep Konaté and risk losing him for free next year, or sell now to recoup funds and bring in a new face. Real Madrid have long pursued the French centre-back, while Marc Guehi is seen at Anfield as the perfect replacement. If Guehi joins Liverpool, the possibility of letting Konaté go becomes less far-fetched. In that case, Real Madrid would gain a young, solid defender with French national team DNA. Nothing is decided yet by Liverpool's hierarchy. Liverpool are facing a strategic decision in this transfer window as the future of key centre-back Ibrahima Konaté is questioned. Real Madrid have long expressed interest in Konaté, and the club is reportedly preparing concrete steps to sign the French player. However, Konaté's future entirely depends on Liverpool's moves, particularly whether they can find a worthy replacement. Multiple sources from England and Spain suggest Liverpool are seriously considering selling Konaté this summer. His contract has just 1 year left, and with no signs of him wanting to extend, Liverpool risk losing him for free next year. The club's leadership is keen to avoid past mistakes and is calculating the best approach to both secure a significant transfer fee and have time to find a suitable new face. For Real Madrid, Konaté is seen as the perfect piece for their defense in the coming years. Since parting ways with Raphael Varane, the Spanish Giants have been searching for a centre-back with class and French national team DNA. Konaté combines physique, speed, and ball-playing ability, meeting not only technical criteria but also aligning with Real Madrid's transfer policy. However, everything remains at the negotiation and consideration stage. The final decision will come from Liverpool's leadership after carefully assessing financial and technical factors. In this context, Crystal Palace's Marc Guehi has emerged as a top target. According to the latest reports, Liverpool have significantly accelerated their pursuit and are very close to signing the centre-back from Crystal Palace. Guehi has expressed his desire to move to Anfield, and both sides have reached a personal agreement, a crucial step, given his contract at Palace also has just 1 year left. Guehi wants a new destination to boost his chances of competing for titles and securing a spot in the England squad, especially with the World Cup approaching. However, the biggest sticking point remains the transfer fee between the clubs. While Liverpool aim to finalize the deal at around £30 to £35 million, Crystal Palace are steadfast in demanding a higher valuation of up to £40 million. Palace chairman Steve Parish has admitted that selling Guehi is a priority to avoid losing him for free next summer, but he's unwilling to let the key centre-back go cheaply. Manchester United failed to bring Baleba to Old Trafford, and Ruben Amorim's patience is wearing thin. The Red Devils need a defensive midfielder good enough to create immediate balance, and Morten Hjulmand has suddenly become the brightest name. Sporting's captain has a fiery, combative style, excels in covering, and can dictate the tempo, a perfect fit for the holding role United lack. The question is whether United dare to spend quickly and decisively or fall into the familiar trap of hesitating until the window closes and settling for a stopgap, as in previous seasons. Manchester United are entering a critical phase of the 2025 summer transfer window with a tough challenge, the defensive midfielder position. After failing to sign Carlos Baleba from Brighton, coach Ruben Amorim's patience is reaching its limit. Amorim is used to lacking midfield depth, but in his 3-4-2-1 system, the anchor role is crucial, requiring both solidity to protect the defense and mobility to stretch the team's shape and circulate the ball. Yet, United currently rely on, just for names, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Mainu, and Manuel Ugarte. Casemiro is no longer at his peak, Bruno leans toward creativity over defense, and Mainu is too young to bear the #1 holding role. In this context, Morten Hjulmand has emerged as a standout target. In Portugal, Hjulmand is considered one of the most complete midfielders, fiery in duels, disciplined in defense, and particularly adept at controlling the game's rhythm. Ruben Amorim once called him a complete midfielder, an upgraded balance of strength and tactical intelligence. Hjulmand's presence could immediately provide United with what they lack, a player who shields the defense while freeing Bruno and Ugarte to play more comfortably. The issue is that Sporting are reluctant to sell. After losing Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal, the Portuguese club is determined to hold on to their remaining pillar. A £68 million release clause is the shield Sporting have erected, and any club wanting Hjulmand must be prepared to pay heavily. With finances not abundant, United face the familiar dilemma: invest now or wait and settle for a makeshift option. If they keep hesitating, the Red Devils risk repeating the old script, missing their primary target and scrambling for an ill-fitting stopgap at the window's end. This is the same mistake previous managers from Solskjaer to Ten Hag made, causing the team to fall further behind direct rivals. Conversely, investing in Hjulmand now could secure United a midfield leader for years. Clearly, the current situation doesn't allow United to keep dithering. Ruben Amorim needs a top-class anchor to stabilize the system, and fans need to see the club act decisively rather than shopping late, as in the past 3 summers. The question now is whether Manchester United dare to bet big on Hjulmand for immediate balance or risk missing the opportunity and trapping themselves in a cycle of disappointment. Rodrygo isn't an easy buy, but the final 2 weeks of the window are fertile ground for surprises. Manchester City are considering refreshing their attack, and if Savinho leaves, the door for Rodrygo could open. A skillful, young Brazilian who's proven himself at Real Madrid is exactly the type Pep loves to turn into a devastating weapon. But will City have the patience to wait for all variables to align? Or will it stay a rumor? The answer will shape this transfer window. Rodrygo to Manchester City is another potential deal promising to shake up Europe in the final days of the summer window. Though the Brazilian isn't an easy target, Manchester City and Pep Guardiola are closely monitoring, awaiting further market developments. The link between Rodrygo and City stems from their desire to refresh the attack. City are reportedly looking to upgrade their squad, especially with players like Jack Grealish already gone and Savinho's future uncertain. Savinho's deal is gaining momentum, with Tottenham keen on the player. If Tottenham succeed in signing Savinho, City will have reason to open the door for a major deal. Rodrygo is seen as a dream target to replace and elevate the attack. Sources from England say Pep Guardiola has long been a huge admirer of Rodrygo. The Brazilian possesses qualities the Spanish tactician always seeks: skillful technique, speed, versatility to play on both wings, and, crucially, the ability to shine in big matches. He's proven his class at Real Madrid, and Pep believes, under his guidance, Rodrygo could become a devastating weapon in the Premier League. Though City have contacted Rodrygo's representatives, the deal faces many obstacles. Real Madrid have set a price of around 100 million euros and will only sell if Rodrygo himself wants to leave. However, Rodrygo's good relationship with Kylian Mbappé might make him reconsider his Bernabeu future. Additionally, rumors suggest Arsenal and PSG are also closely monitoring Rodrygo's situation. For now, City are holding steady, awaiting developments on Savinho. Their official offer for Rodrygo will depend on Tottenham's success. With just 2 weeks left, anything can happen, and Rodrygo could become the window's surprise blockbuster. Chelsea have added strikers, and Nicolas Jackson is gradually losing his place at Stamford Bridge. Meanwhile, Newcastle face the risk of losing Isak and need a fast, resilient replacement immediately. Jackson, with a season of Premier League experience, suddenly becomes a sensible choice. This is his chance to prove his true worth in a new system where the #1 striker role isn't contested. But it could also be a flight from Chelsea, where he never fully earned absolute trust. Once signed from Villarreal for £30 million with high expectations, Nicolas Jackson has now become surplus at Stamford Bridge. The successive arrivals of João Pedro and Liam Delap have blocked his playing time. Coach Enzo Maresca has openly stated Jackson will only train and is no longer in the playing plans. In London's stifling atmosphere, leaving is the only option to salvage his career. In this picture, Newcastle emerge as a promising destination. The Northeast club is facing a shortage of attacking personnel. Callum Wilson has left St. James Park, and Alexander Isak is clashing with the board, firmly set on Liverpool. Eddie Howe must urgently find a new striker before the season's grueling pace kicks in. Newcastle tried approaching Brentford's Hjulmand but haven't reached an agreement, and in this context, Jackson appears as a ready solution. Notably, Jackson himself has chosen Newcastle as his preferred destination, not hiding his desire to play regularly and rediscover the goal-scoring form he showed in 2 years at Chelsea with 30 goals and 12 assists. At 24, he has time, but it's not on the side of a player pushed to the stands too early. A new environment needing his movement and relentless pressure revived Jackson. Chelsea have no reason to keep him. They need to free up wages and fund a new centre-back to replace Levi Colwill while nurturing ambitions to sign Xavi Simons. The £65 million price tag is far more reasonable than the £80 or even £100 million floated earlier in the summer. This is an investment Newcastle can accept given their urgent need for a striker. If the deal succeeds, its impact won't stop at Chelsea and Newcastle. Liverpool will benefit as the door to sign Isak widens. Once Newcastle have a replacement, they'll struggle to keep their Swedish striker at all costs. This could trigger a transfer domino effect in the Premier League. Jackson to Newcastle, Isak to Liverpool, Chelsea investing in Simons. All these factors make Jackson's potential move to Newcastle one of the most intriguing scenarios in the window's final stretch, a deal that could alter the fate of 3 major clubs. For Chelsea, it's a chance to end a relationship with no future. For Newcastle, it's a rescue plan for a faltering attack. For Liverpool, it's a springboard to ignite the Isak deal. This summer window is truly unique, extended due to the FIFA Club World Cup, vibrant with early fireworks, but promising a crescendo in the final 2 weeks. Donnarumma, Konaté, Hjulmand, Rodrygo, Jackson, 5 names with 5 different scripts, each capable of being the defining move reshaping the Premier League season. This is when clubs must decide, take risks to change or play it safe and regret when the window closes. As in every year, blockbusters don't erupt when expected but explode as the clock ticks to the final day. Who will be the one shopping on the last day this year, and will it be the name we want to see? Or someone else entirely? Let us know in the comments below.